All right, Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Harakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to all the hopeful elect brothers that's doing the work of the Lord in sincerity and in truth. Now, Lord will is going to be a quick and edifying lesson, something very short, but it's just an update on the food stamp slash SNAP update. And they 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 were supposed to, well, the president was supposed to allow the funds to process, allow some of the funds to process for people that have not received it yet. But the Supreme Court, here's this is from NBC News. This happened recently. This is from November 7th. Supreme Court, which November 7th was yesterday. Supreme Court allows Trump administration to temporarily withhold some SNAP payments for November, shortly after telling states that the food assistance program would be fully funded. The administration asked the Supreme Court to step in. So they asked for help from the Supreme Court. Now, down here it says the Supreme Court on Friday at least temporarily allowed the Trump administration to withhold about $4 billion in payment for the SNAP food benefits program that a federal judge had ordered. So the federal judge ordered it to be processed, but the Supreme Court withheld it. They were like, nah, hold it. Don't let it go through. The court, via an order issued by Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, provisionally blocked an order issued by Rhode Island-based U.S. District Judge John McConnell that required the payments to be made by Friday night. So it was supposed to go out Friday, but the Supreme Court was like, no, withhold it. And that's all I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get the scriptures. Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Yeah, because these women are very careless and they're at ease. They with the benefits from Esau, with benefits from the government, right? Especially the so-called black women. They get all this benefits. They get food stamps or SNAP. They get child support. They get protection. That's a benefit from the police, because whenever they have a problem with their partner, so-called black man or Israelite man, period, they could call the police, and it doesn't matter if they're wrong, you get arrested, because the woman is put up on a pedestal here, but it's by design to destroy the family and to destroy the relationship between man and woman, and it worked. But now Esau doesn't need the basically Esau don't need the woman anymore to do his bidding. Your job is complete. And within that, they destroy themselves, because they listen to Esau, which is the enemy of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and they went out. They went to school, college. They have college degrees, a university degrees, doctorates, and they went out, and because the devil said you don't need a man, or you get to sleep around, sleep around first, and then when you're 30, then you could start looking for something serious when you're all used up. So the so-called black woman, the wicked Israelite woman, period, by them listening to Esau, they destroyed the family, destroyed the relationship between man and woman. They destroyed generations, because if the father's not in the house, then the house is broken, and the children are raised improperly. You know, the the boy the boy won't the boy is raised without a father. The Israelite son raised without a father, grows up to be a drug dealer, quick tempered, angry at everything, very feminine, uh, 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 going in gang culture, is a weed head, or into other type of drugs. Sleeping with all kinds of women, which is nothing wrong with dealing with women, but sleeping with all kinds of women, and then having all type of children, and and then he goes to jail. You know, Jake is very irresponsible. Not to mention, adultery. So, and then the woman grew up to have that independent woman mindset, and then the cycle repeat itself. She gets 10 kids by 9 different men, and with those she gets support from the government for being wicked like that. She get child support, she get food stamps, she get housing, which is Section 8. you know so now the devil, right, is taking all of those benefits away. Now the devil is taking all those benefits away. So Keisha, Bonquisha, or for the Latin tribes, Maria, they're they're finished. Now they realize that they need a man. They're on TikTok and Instagram, crying. I can't feed my kids. They my food stamps is up, or Section 8 is up. Housing is up. I'm about to be homeless. That's what they are saying. Isaiah chapter 32 verse 9. Rise up, you women that are at ease. They were at ease, but now they're not at ease anymore, because of the judgment that's coming to them by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, as the judgment for them being wicked, especially towards the Israelite man, because the Israelite man is the Israelites' woman Lord, but they don't see it like that, because we're in captivity, and they worship Esau because he's in power. Rise up, you women that are at ease. They look up to their white daddy, spelled with a Z at the beginning. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. They are careless, having 5, 10 children with 9 men. Going to the clubs and sending their children to their grandmother. So they could go out to the club and meet men and have one night stands. You know what I'm talking about, man. If you grew up in the hood or grew up around Jake, period, that's their lifestyle. Most of them. Not 100% of them, but most of them. Ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Oh, and they're very disrespectful towards the Israelite man. Very disrespectful. But hey, now Esau taking the benefits. Now the big head text, the hey big head text is going to come in. Whether through Facebook or whether they still have Jake's number or a brother's number. You know, if a woman did you wrong and left you, did you dirty, you're gonna start getting them texts or those calls. Hey, big head, or hey, what's up? You know, I'm I don't have enough money to feed myself, or yada yada yada, or they took the stamps away, or they're just lonely because it's a loneliness epidemic dealing with women right now. Women are lonely because men are tired of them. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless woman, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. And the vintage is a gathering of grapes, a harvesting of grapes for wine, right? And the vintage also goes into the year that wine was produced. After the harvesting or gathering of the grapes, you know, the the best year for the best quality wine production, right? Let let me go into it. And the vintage is failing because they added new stipulations to Section 8. You have to work a certain amount of hours, and also they're gonna the new requirements that they're proposing is a two year limit for Section 8. Is only to get on your feet, right? And these women are mad because they've been living on the government. They've been living off of Esau. Vintage, the year or place in which wine, especially wine of high quality, was produced. A wine of high quality made from a crop of identified district of a single identified district in a good year. The harvesting of grapes for winemaking. The grapes are wine produced in a particular season. And this goes into, after that, the time that something of quality was produced. So the harvesting of grapes for winemaking, right? And that leads into let me go into vintage year. Vintage year, this is from Merriam-Webster Dictionary, a year in which a vintage wine is produced. And below it, number 2, a year of outstanding distinction or success. So these wicked Israelite women, since they've been put on by the serpent, dealing with the welfare program, they had to kick the man out of the house for them to receive benefits, because Jake, back in the days, they were struggling. They were struggling really bad. They were in bad environments, living in poverty, and Esau was like, yo, we'll help you, but you just have to eat. Basically, to know for because it's the devil, it's the serpent. To know for sure that you need help, a man cannot be in the house. When a man is not in the house, we'll help you and your children, which that broke the family. You know, now children are raised without fathers, and we come from dysfunctional families and broken homes. But that's a curse from the Most High, Yahweh Shemi Shah, which was done through Esau. A year of outstanding distinction or success. So they've been having their vintage, but now it's failing because Esau is dragging back their benefits. He's taking it back, and it failed. The food stamp balance is about to be zero or negative because the vintage failed. Many days and years shall you be troubled. So now it's a time of trouble because no more Section 8, no more food stamps. Ye careless woman, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. So, verse 11, tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled. So, get, man, if you see those videos, they are trembling, they are crying, they're in shock, they're having anxiety attacks, all on camera. They put it out, they share it like, what do I do? Well, you trusted in the devil, and now your only hope is the Israelite man, which most Jake don't want so-called black women. You know, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats. The teats is going into the nipple of a woman's breast, because that's where a baby gets nourishment or milk from. For the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. So the nourishment, the milk, the pleasant fields, the fruitful vine, the success, the harvesting, the harvesting isn't coming anymore, and they're lamenting, which means they're in sorrow, and it's all over social media. And plus, the devil is firing a lot of black women. Like hundreds of thousands of black women lost their jobs. Upon the land of my people shall come. Okay, that's it. Isaiah chapter 32 verse 2, and a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. So a man, meaning an Israelite man, a man of the Lord, right, is going to be, Salakia, also an elect Israelite man will be as a hiding place from the wind. So that's where you go to hide from the wind, and the wind is going into discomfort, hell, pure hell. And this is the beginning of it right now. We're in the beginning of Jacob's trouble. They're losing their jobs. Section 8 is going away. Food stamps not coming. That's only the beginning. And a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. So if you're going through a desert or a very, very dry environment, and you see a body of water, you're gonna rejoice, because you're like, yes, I've been wandering for a day and a half, hungry, thirsty, and now I see water. Thank you, Lord. And then you go drink the water, and the water is clean too. So the Lord is gonna make the let me calm down. The Lord is gonna make the Israelite man very precious like gold, because Lord will, brothers that endure to the end, we have the Spirit of the Lord on us, and we have faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and we have the correct understanding. We have the correct breakdown of the scriptures. We have faith in the Lord, and the Lord is going to put a hedge of protection over us, and the Lord is going to feed us in that day. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. So when all hell is breaking loose, everyone's running around like a chicken with their head chopped off, not knowing what to do. Brothers are going to be stable. Brothers are going to be chill. Because We're gonna have the knowledge, and the Lord's gonna have His angels protect His men, and for brothers that have families too, and and uh, and uh, and the wife that's pleased to be with you, then the Lord is gonna protect them too. I don't want to make this too long. It's Isaiah 13. No, it's. I mean, I could get this. Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So you know, like how gold is very precious. Well, an elect Israelite, the man of the Lord, starting with apostles and elders and brothers on down, we, Lord will, brothers endure to the end. We will be more precious than gold, because you have to remember, there's going to be a draft. A lot of people are going to be carted off into the wars. There's going to be civil war, race war. A lot of men are going to die. A lot of men are going to leave behind their wives. They're going to be widows. And for women that, didn't have men, where are they going to find protection? And everybody's going to be going through it. So the stable, faithful Israelite man is going to be like gold, because a lot of people are going to die. There's going to be robots out here, troops. There's going to be a famine. There's going to be homelessness. Esau is going to come with the solution. Hey, take this CHIP, and we'll give you food. We'll give you a UBI. You know, we'll make you eat. You just have to get this. You just have to get this CHIP. And I will make a man more precious than fine gold. So, like how gold is precious, gold has to be mined. It has to be processed and purged and refined. Yeah, because gold don't come out of the rock as pure gold. It's a long process, and you have to mine a lot of rock. They call it ore, a lot of ore, for you to make a certain weight of gold. Gold, silver is precious. That's real money. But the men of the Lord are going to be more precious than that. And also, the men of the Lord are going to be delivered from destruction. So who else are these women going to turn to? But a lot of them are going to be rejected. Let me go to, is it Micah? Micah. I forgot what as the, it might be into I think I just passed it. 7. It's not 2. I'm thinking about something else. Micah chapter 7, verse 10, and I'm going to end it. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me. So, first pause, right? Because right now, the Israelite woman hates and disrespects the Israelite man like there's no tomorrow. When you go on social media and TV and movies, they are very submissive to the heathen, especially Esau. You know, they're like, hey, the black man is nothing. Go find you a white man. And then when they go into a relationship with Esau, they get called the N-word. He's racist towards them. He abuses them. He abuses them like no tomorrow. And then he leaves them, or he puts them to death. Right. Then she that is my enemy shall see it. But they hate Jake because Jake is in the lowest state right now. The so-called black man and Latino man is in the lowest state. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, you can't tell me what to do. You're not my father, and all that BS. Where is the Lord thy power? Where's God? Back then, where's God? Let him save you from all this. Brothers, I have dealt with women. When you end up in a situation and you have faith, but women don't have faith, they're like, yo, what happened? I thought you worship God. Like, why isn't he helping you? Why can't he help us pay this bill? Where is the Lord thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her, means look, my eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as a mire of the streets. And that's coming. Judgment on these wicked Israelite women. And that's the end of the lesson. Lord will is edifying. All praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.